What's up, guys? So I just saw Old, and the best way to describe this film is honestly peculiar. It's a strange film. It's a little weird. It's a big puzzle for majority of its runtime. Um, we're gonna go into a lot in this review, but I guess the first thing that I want to talk about, and the first problem with this film, is actually not even with the movie itself, but with its trailer. Because the trailer shows a little bit too much of the film, I believe. This is a perfect case of the trailer showing too much, and it felt as if I've watched this movie already from the trailer, which is disappointing because at times in this film, I was pretty bored. And, a lot of the things that are in the trailer would have had so much shock value and would have been great to see, in the movie in real time. But we lose that shock factor when it happens on screen because we saw it in the trailer. And it's just like, M. Night Shyamalan, why? Like, this would have been perfect because, when this movie does have its shocking moments, which there are a lot of, they're great. My mouth was open. I was like, what is going on? But I wish we had more of that and they showed less of it in the trailer. That would have been great. Move all those moments and let us see those in real time as we're watching the movie. So yeah, the trailer shows too much of this film, which is disappointing. The next issue to talk about is really the writing in this film. And M. Night Shyamalan wrote, produced, and I believe directed this film as well. So I'm looking squarely at you, M. Night Shyamalan, when I talk about the bad writing in this film. One of the main things I don't like about the writing is really the fact that a lot of the characters will say what they're seeing on screen as if the audience does not have eyes. An example of this would be in the trailer when the body was decomposing and the character said the body's decomposing really fast. I guess time is really fast here. It's like, yeah, we can see that as, given all the clues that we see on screen, we can come to that same conclusion. We don't really need the characters to really say it out loud, as if the audience is dumb and we can't follow along. And there's a lot of moments of that throughout this film, and at times it just gets frankly pretty irritating, and you want M. Night Shyamalan to really just knock it off. This movie also has pretty bad writing in terms of the fact that the characters repeatedly throughout the beginning of this film, say what their occupation is. This movie really makes that a big sticking point. However, their occupation, it doesn't really play that larger role in progressing the plot forward or having much, much importance to the plot at all. So it really makes you scratch your head and say, like, what was the point of making such a big fuss about their occupation? And, I just chalk it up really to this bad writing, I guess. I mean, I don't really get the point of that. And, the acting in this film is also relatively, it could be bad at times, It could be a little corny, it could be a little cliche. And yeah, no, just overall the writing is just not it in this film. It was a miss. Next up is the characters. The characters in this film are fine, Obviously, we have the main family who we see in the trailer, accompanied by some other people on the beach. I mean, as characters, they're pretty good. One of them sticks out primarily to me as one of my favorite. I think he was pretty well in his role, as also, what happens to him on the beach and stuff like that. But, there is one character on the beach who is absolutely the most, nonsensical, outrageous character I've ever met. I actually laughed because I couldn't believe that this was a real character that's on the beach. And if you watch the film, you know exactly who I'm talking about. It is absolutely ludicrous. I don't know why he was put in on the beach as a character, guys. It's just so hilariously bad. It's like, what am I watching? Not only that, but there is another character in this film who is literally only there for plot convenience and plot progression. And if you know anything about me, I absolutely hate when movies do that. I sincerely hate when movies do that. Because it's like, you're just, again, lazy writing. It's like, you're just putting a character there just so that you can later on, go back to it, and use him for the plot progression. Guys, it's just lazy writing. M. Night Shyamalan had lazy writing in this film, and it's just apparent, guys. It's apparent through the dialogue, and it's apparent through the characters as well, That was just, something that was pretty bad. I'm like, Shyamalan, what are you doing, man? I mean, at least give this character a more lines or something like that. Just don't utilize him and discard him like that. It's just lazy writing, guys. And I'm getting mad. But I'll settle down, guys. I guess the plot, the plot itself has blaring plot holes, things that just don't really make any sense. I mean, it's pretty contradictory as well. Like, you kind of sit back and say, well, but didn't you just say this earlier? So how can what I'm seeing now on screen happen given to what you provided us earlier in this film? There's moments like that in this film where you're just scratching your head saying, this doesn't make any sense. And again, bad writing, M. Night Shyamalan, bad writing. And, I guess, my biggest, really issue with this film that this really made me disappointed was really the resolution and how, this puzzle that is old is really finally put together and provided to us as an audience. We're finally provided answers as to what this beach is, why are people aging and stuff like that. But guys, the reason behind all of this and stuff like that is just so unoriginal. It's cliche. And when it finally became apparent to me this was the direction that we were going in, I said, of course, because why would we have anything original in 2021? That's too much work, guys. If we're writing a film, we just got to go the cliche route. And I was just like, why? As it was unraveling from my eyes on screen, I was like, why would I expect anything else, guys? This movie has a completely unoriginal, so cliche, explanation for, the island and everything else. And it's just so disappointing, guys, because this movie had the potential. And I guess that's my biggest, I guess I just said my biggest, grudge against this movie was really the plot and how it ends. But I mean, even going higher than that, overall, this movie just, it had just so much potential, and it was just wasted, guys. Honestly, just wasted. It is just so, it was just wasted. This movie's potential was wasted, guys. The reveal, the puzzle coming together was just so disappointing. Even the resolution of this film overall, this third act is just kind of terrible. I mean, I'll be honest, guys, it's pretty terrible. It's pretty cheesy. And, it's just I don't know what more to say, guys. It's just not what I thought it would be, honestly. It just isn't what I thought it would be. I had high expectations going into this film, guys, and, it's just disappointing overall. This movie had a lot of potential. It just didn't go, to its fullest extent, Yeah, guys, if I had to rate this film 1 out of 10, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10, Yeah, I mean, go see it, but, definitely don't have high expectations of it like I did, guys, or you're going to be very disappointed coming home and having to throw open your laptop and make a quick review. But yeah, guys, M. Night Shyamalan, do better next time, my friend, I guess, do better next time, because this movie had a lot of hype going into it. Super intriguing, super interesting, judging from the trailer. But yeah, the movie just did not live up to my expectations, and I'm sure it won't live up to a lot of people's expectations. And that's pretty disappointing and pretty sad. So, definitely not the review that I wanted to give. I definitely want to be excited and say this movie was fantastic. 10 out of 10. But, guys, that's just reality. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe here for more reviews in the future. And, if you like this review, drop a like and everything, guys. But, again, thanks for watching.